Hey everyone, CJ here with an update video that I know is long overdue. I know that the content of the channel has changed significantly in the course of a year and I really haven't said a thing about it. And I apologize for that. I meant to do this even sooner, but it's just been a very trying time in my life and I have been, in a way, rediscovering myself and knowing myself better. Who I was when I started Prodigy Creations is not the same guy that exists today, and those two guys have different views of what the future looks like for Prodigy Creations, which, as well as you see in the title, Prodigy Creations is now a thing of the past. I'm no longer going to be creating content under that banner. I just felt like it was a necessary step moving forward. I always had a lot of ideas of what Prodigy Creations could be and tried a lot of them. Certain things worked. I made some videos reviewing Waves plugins and those are pretty successful. But eventually I came to a point where I didn't know what I was going to do with Prodigy Creations, and the more I continued on with it, the more I realized it was more of to avoid what I really wanted to do deep down, which was to create my own music. I've been getting back in touch with my roots with playing guitar, bass, and even singing lately. I've been making a lot of covers if you've still been keeping up to date, and to me, that has just been the most fun I've ever had in the history of Prodigy Creations, or Prodigy Creations as it were. Moving forward, I will be creating content under the name CJ Whaley. So I'd like to go by CJ. My birth name is Cody Jumper. CJ is just like a name. CJ is just my initials that I like to go by in every day. Whaley is a badge of honor that I wear. My grandmother was a Whaley. It's also in tribute to a relative of mine called Paul Whaley, who was the drummer of Blue Cheer, one of the founding heavy metal bands. So I have a lot of respect for him, and Whaley is just a badge of honor for me. I've gone through a lot of different names throughout this channel. CJ the Prodigy, CJ Rollins, but now I feel as though CJ Whaley is the gimmick, I suppose, for me. The name I can carry on with pride. So going forward, that is the name that I'm going to be going under. And anymore, the content is going to be focused on, I'll be doing a lot of covers, but I'm also working on creating original music. Won't give too much away, but it will be leaning towards alternative punk and emo vibes, maybe even some hardcore thrown in there. Reason for that being is earlier this year, I think it was March 17th, Under Oath performed at, so the story behind this, I saw Under Oath was going to perform in OKC. I live in Tulsa, so that's not too far of a drive for me. But unfortunately, I was already booked to go to another concert with my mom. We went to go see Toto and Journey, which, if you have never seen Toto, wow, if you ever get the chance to see them live, definitely do it. They are amazing. I did not know they were that good until I saw them live, I'll be honest, but Toto is great. Go see them if you can. So anyway, the day that Under Oath was to perform in OKC, that was the same day of that concert with my mom. So I didn't feel like I could cancel that. So instead, I decided to, on a whim, go travel to Wichita, which is about a 3-hour drive, 3.5-hour maybe, drive from where I live. I have a lot of history with that band. There's a lot of reasons why I love them so much. I discovered them when I was 12 or 13, I want to say. And they were my first exposure to that type of music, that hardcore screaming music. And to me, it was just unlike anything I'd ever heard before. And I was so blown away by it and really enjoyed it. So in middle school and high school, it was a band that I had always wanted to see live, but unfortunately just never had the opportunity to. Um, and something inside me just told me that I needed to go see that band, even if I had to go travel to Wichita to see them. So I did. I traveled to Wichita. They performed at the Cotillion Ballroom, which is a killer venue. If you've never been, I highly recommend it. It's very good. I really enjoyed myself. The sound is great. The atmosphere is so up close and personal. The dome on top is just all around. The vibes of that venue is amazing. Highly recommend it. Had a great time. Loathe, Periphery, and Under Oath performed at that show, and it was incredible. It exposed me to a beautiful culture that that I always deep down belonged to, but I never, growing up, had the opportunity to do that. After I went to the Under Oath show, I started to rediscover who I genuinely was. You know, I'm 30 now, and as life goes on, you know, you learn sometimes things don't go as you hope them to or you want them to, and you have to adapt and change and go from there. Sometimes failure is a part of success, and it's been a hard time in life, and I know that has had a bad effect on the content that I produce and the direction. I'm sure I'm sure a lot of you subscribers of mine, if you're still watching, have maybe been confused on all the things I've been doing, and I can understand why, because I've been confused myself on the direction I wanted to take this. Originally, Graham Cochran, I have to give a huge shout out to Graham Cochran. He started the Recording Revolution, which is a really popular online YouTube channel and website where he teaches about home recording and producing and stuff like that. And I learned a lot from his free content, and he's the reason I started to record music at home and knew roughly what I was doing. So I have a lot of credit to give Graham. He began doing this YouTube channel separately from the Recording Revolution, just under his name, where he was talking about business and how to develop your own business. And he was the one that inspired me to start thinking that way and to start doing that. So originally Prodigy Creations was a little bit inspired by Recording Revolution, a little bit inspired by other music producers that I saw on YouTube. Sarah the Instrumentalist, shout out to her. She's a big person of influence for me. So I was just going through the motions, I suppose. Had these certain ideas of what Prodigy Creations could be, but never fully had a developed product, I suppose. So, you know, I've changed a lot. As I said, through the years of Prodigy Creations, I've changed a lot, and my vision, therefore, has changed a lot too. So, going forward, it will be more music focused, covers, original music, music videos, and who knows? But I will be going under CJ Whaley. There may be a collective name that I start using in the future. I'm not sure. Been thinking about looking for bandmates and stuff, so we'll see how that goes. That's really all I have to say, guys. I apologize that this video and this update took so long to get to you, but I'm ready to begin again. And you want to stick around, I appreciate you. If you don't, I get it. But either way, we're gonna be going forward, making good music.